They can tell it. People, you got to come together, and you got to be real. Some people hate in the shop, right? But they get out. You got the shop. The shop is a comfort for a lot of people. Comfort sport for a lot of people. Right? They might be suffering a lot of kids, but when they come in that shop, they feel so comfortable. But you gotta read into them and you gotta talk to them. But a lot of people go through a lot of things, right? And that's the talk to them, but you gotta talk to them. And that's why I used to be like to open in the shop. I used to like to break. I like to break the ice. I got people coming and stuff off the wall, catching off too. Just to see where your hand is to the kid, what hand space you're in.
Hello, hello.
Once you got
Good day,
Hey,
you.
you got you got to see something in people put in they mental somebody on. The World Cup to the shop, like all this is safe being children. So they said, all that you gotta think on is time, a lot of kids, and you gotta watch how you talk to people. You talk to shots and things like a lot of people wait. I look
Correct.
so
Karen, think you all pure, raw, uncut, unadulterated. Junkanoo noon. Was we a live from the first live CNN show for the season, my boy. We coming in hot. So much things to talk about today. That are damn funny. Boys, lock up your little seatbelt, get comfortable, get your drink in your hand, even get your Sunday meal if you ain't yet, because this can be long. What's going on? We live.
All is good, All is good. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. It's
Uh-huh.
good to be here.
The pop in the place.
What's happening? Everything's good on this end.
Okay, we shaman roll live in here. The current on. We in full form today, my boy. We coming to break all the latest news. Well, look here. The Jankuru community right now in shambles king. I know what you all say, but I said in shambles because so much bugger going on right now. This what you call it? Junkanoo authority bill, the JCNP or suspension, the Junkanoo, all kind of bugger going on right now, boss. What you all take is, cause why? I gotta get warm up.
For
Papa.
me, the whole Junkanoo Authority thing. I still trying to read up on it. Now they're having a town hall
Mm-hmm.
meeting tomorrow. They're asking everybody to tune in and be informed. But my personal opinion on that's a little rush. My first notice of that was Thursday. Then I saw another one yesterday. And I saw a third one
Mm-hmm.
today for a meeting
Yeah.
that's happening tomorrow. I mean, I understand the urgency of it, but I'm not sure if everybody is gonna have an opportunity to chime in or have an opportunity to voice their opinion in such short notice. But it is what
Right.
it is. The meeting is tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to make it. I signed up, but I just realized I have to go to work tomorrow morning, so I'm not going to be able to make the meeting. But I'm going to tune in,
Well,
and
okay.
That's not the
it's
only
going to be.
meeting. It's not the only meeting. From my understanding, it's an all day session starting from 9 until 5, and this is just the first
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be done together. They're asking persons to tune in via Zoom, or ZNS is going to carry it live. It's going to stream live on the radio. So they're saying this is just one of many, because I was online and I saw a senator ask the question, and then Latre responded that it's quite a few things that's going to be adding up. This is just one of many that they want to have to just get the feeling out there.
Hey, from my
So 9 o'clock in the morning, I think 9 o'clock in the morning is a bit rough on many people, on the series of meetings throughout the day. They're going to have different persons talking on different sessions.
okay. Well, like first of all, when I see the flyer and tell me what is 9 a.m. in the morning, no current. Second, two people from each uncle group. You ain't serious for this, boss. From you only inviting two people, you ain't serious from each group, boss, who represent hundreds. Y'all joking. Y'all joking on the whole right there. That's the second step, boss.
Session, not just people from Junkanoo. He's saying it's supposed to be an open session. Like persons are invited via Zoom to come um, on a different aspects they have where you can chime in and listen. So I don't know about the just two sessions, two persons from each group. I think it's an open thing.
Mm-hmm. Boss, I only tell you what I see on the flyer. Man, if you send me information on this flyer, whatever I read is what I comprehend what I read. You see what I saying? So if they tell me if you look on the flyer
Right.
say two I gotta pull that up to get the exact words the flyer say. Because I won't misquote.
They just put a new one out. One that
See what I saying?
the one that I shared is a new one that
Mm-hmm. You see?
so a brand new one that I saw on the page today, and it says the ministry advises the next public consultation session on the National Junkanoo Authority of the Bahamas will take place tomorrow, Monday, 11th August 2025 at 9 a.m. The session will be televised ZNS streamed online and carried live. It will also be accessible via Zoom for those who attend the meeting. Members of the Junkanoo committee who wish to attend in person are asked to note that space is limited and should email to reserve their place. Those who wish to join via Zoom should email the same address to request their access credentials. Junkanoo group leaders from the islands will be in attendance to participate in the consultation. The ministry encourages full participation in this process, which represents an important community for all stakeholders to ask questions, share ideas, and make recommendations on the future of Junkanoo. And that's with the one that today came out said.
I be real. Ain't no side serious right now. There's pure jokes, man. They get Junkanoos for clowns. Plain and simple, man. Both sides. I be real. The JCNP, the government, all them get Junkanoo for clowns right now, boss. You see what I saying? All this is pure foolishness going on. You see what I saying? Wait. That's so discouraging. That's discouraging, mate.
Well, I don't know if you guys read an article that was put in the papers by Maurice Stein. I also shared that Junkanoo and Freedom, and it was a good read. It's a good read.
Yeah, boss. They playing, but see, wait. The first thing I run hot by I said, dude, I born and grew up in Foxhill, so when they say Junkanoo serious, Junkanoo, they suspend these groups from going Foxhill and hey, was I stand hard by. These the same people who looking for your support. You see it? And these the same Junkanoos can come looking to the community for support for when they need things. You see what I said? You got to support your community for order for your community to support you. You see what I said? Can't be joking, dog. But I see all these groups get fly up, but party there, but they want the public to come support their party, but you ain't coming to support the thing. It's a public government. I can't. See, but this thing go on, come. This deeper than any little organization or anything right now, right? You see what I said? You want to succeed, but you don't want to help the public succeed. You see what I said? You want me come to your party, but you ain't coming to my event. Oh man, you want to see us go on, come, mate. You see what I said? And go on, come. I applaud the Junkanoos who be in the Foxhill and represent by Angli. For a person who grew up in Foxhill, I know what I do for the people in the community. You see what I say? I know, boy. And the people, thankful for the set who come up there. What's Maurice Stein there from Foxhill? He know what time it is. That's why he write the article. You see what I say? So, boy, it's a serious thing, man.
Well, I said, Foxhill represents emancipation. Junkanoo is about freedom. So I felt like everybody should have just showed up and rushed, just like how they do for the Rush for Christ. Like everybody just come and go down and rush with no banner, no nothing, just come and support because the vendors, think about the vendors community, the spirit of the community itself. I reached there about 11:30 and the place was scattered. And then I just saw a few Junkanoo persons walking in and out, some from different groups and so on and so on. And the park itself was empty. The two parks, the main one there, and one was heading the other road, Foxhill Road, both of them. And I was like, it's 11:30, this thing starting 12 o'clock. I said, this can't be starting 12 o'clock. So I said, yes, but I'm glad those who showed up, they came there for the spirit of Junkanoo. But Junkanoo, like you said, belongs to the people. And the second place after Adley, the third place after Jamie and all of them heard that the place was free. The news didn't get the Foxhill till 7 days later. That Foxhill festival is held. Right.
Yep, that's what you say coming, Foxhill Day.
Right. All of that is our history. And so I feel like they did a disservice to the people of Foxhill because the Junkanoos went forth.
Wait, listen to me. The next thing is, you tell the people you suspend, but you have big memorial rush out for past member boss thing called, that's thing called you're a hypocrite. You don't for one and ain't do for the next, but you can't be carrying on like that, dog. See all that, boss, all that make you look bad. You see what I saying? You could have Junkanoo there, but you can't have Junkanoo on Foxnet. Man, y'all ain't serious, man. Oh, joking. They joking. You see what they saying? They
Well,
they
I think
divide they
I think
divide Junkanooers like like religion, man. That's what they doing to Junkanoo right now. Junkanoo getting
it's a
divided like
joke
religion.
because the level of we wasting religion, wasting politics. Because right now, it's, every 2 3 years, some come up. Why? What is the problem? What is the problem? Every within every 5 years, say every 5 years, we have these type of issues where everything gets turned upside down. Why is
Hmm.
it that we just can't get our act together? Period. That's what this whole Junkin Authority is all about, to get our act together and everybody come as one. Because right now, it seems like, I don't know. It's just like this feels worse than the separation of a particular group last year. Because right now you have the whole Junkin world have factions now, as opposed to just those two
Yep. Yep.
having their problem.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
I want to ask the question: does that situation last year have something to do with we dealing with
Come on. Come on.
right now? That's that's
well,
that's, that's what I want to know.
I understand this has been on the table for some years now. But it was switched. I think the name is switched from authority. It was commission. It was Junkanoo Commission. So I think the name is just switched from commission to authority, because this commission have been spoken now for about 6 7 years. So I don't think the split really have anything to do with it. So those who are not really in the belly don't really know the back end of how long the commission was coming on hand, and then the split happened, and so every little thing looked like it coincided. But this commission, they changed it from commission to authority. So this has been on the table for some time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but look here. I judgment wait, listen to me. I wait when I started to see all these things since we so discouraged. I tell you boss, we as a people, boy, just separating every day we trying to get further and further away from each other. And we causing basic little organizations the judgment to cause this to happen. You see what I said? We as junkies gotta start think independently and stop thinking that our group plenty people letting their group think for them. They aligning with groups and they judgment piggybacking off what the group say. They ain't doing no independent work on their behalf to find out all the information they need to find out. See, like that junkie authority bill. What's look here? I guarantee you less than 70% of the people ain't gonna read that, boss. They ain't gonna read that. We don't like to read, but we can have a big say, but we ain't gonna read. That's where you catch. That's where you can trip them up and know. Everybody can have a say on something before they read it. But the first article they put out on it, right? Was I was on a flight, and it must be almost 20 pages or something. Was I sit down and read all that, right? The average person ain't sitting down and read all that, and that's where the problem come in. Was we want information, but we want to read to get information. We want somebody tell us information, and you gotta understand different fractions only can pull out certain things in that bill to talk about what they want to see. You see what I saying? So if this side want you see this, they can highlight that. The next side want you see that, they can highlight that. They only can highlight the points that make each side look good. And if you don't go there and read things for yourself, you can get trapped because you only can listen to one side, and that's the side you want.
Well, I feel like, it's a lot of miscommunication, and a lot of times when information is not disseminated properly, you have so many little fractions in between, and you're not understanding what's happening. So you got so much different people in. Unless you see that, I have the bill. I printed the bill. I've read most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite finished because I've had some personal stuff I was dealing with. So I'm
So
not
let
quite
me
finished with it yet.
let me ask you a
Yeah.
question, Charmaine. Is this the is this a draft bill? Because I've been told it's a draft bill. I've been told that it's not
Yeah,
official. It's just preliminary. So we don't even know what's are these are just suggestions they're putting forward?
I think it's a draft bill because remember now, these meetings are supposed to be for the input of the groups and the wider community. So as you go along, and then you make adjustments as you go. So I don't think that's the original bill as it.
Okay, my number one question. I got you, Danny. I agree with you 70%. I think it's more like 90%. The people don't read or probably didn't read the bill. They just go in by opinions of others, which is unfortunate, but it is a reality. And that's where people like me and you and Charmaine come in that we may have to actually physically give them a cartoon illustration exactly what the bill is so they stay attention wise long enough to actually follow and
Yeah.
see what it's all about. Because that's all they
Yeah.
attention spans are very short now.
You gotta
Um,
put it in video. You gotta put it in video format,
yes. And my
video or
number one
audio.
question with my number one question with the bill is um who is gonna make up the authority? Who are the individuals that are gonna be members of this authority? That's my number one question.
Well, it seems like it's quite a few persons from different areas because you have like the NJC, a person from the NJC, somebody from JCNP, somebody from Ministry of Tourism, somebody from the UNESCO, someone from the government. So it's a collective compartment of persons from different sectors.
My problem myself when they start talking about this collection of people, they starting to use old people who set in their ways and still have the same ideas Junkanoo's been using from 1970 and 1960. Ain't nobody there to breathe fresh air into the Junkanoo community, and that's the problem you're gonna have. You see what I say? You got to bring fresh
I
perspective, fresh people, and fresh look. You got to have a fresh look on things, man. You can't be again pushing the same old and start to think you can get something new.
Mm, yeah, understandable. Now, from what I've been seeing, especially, I see somebody said, especially the was talking about the Memorial Rush was just like in Foxville was like one big group. Well, the Memorial Rush had about the same, almost the same people as Foxville, but I saw, like certain groups had a little bit more than others. Now, it was a really short rush, and when I timed it in Foxville around about was an hour. And so it seemed like nobody was rushing, but as you know, when people hear Junkanoo music, everybody flocked to the drums and the music, and everybody joined in, and
Yeah,
and some
yeah,
people were saying,
but
I know they say years ago, no banners used to be Foxville. The Junkanoo turned
huh?
it into and made it to be like a part of the calendar of the off parades. You
Yeah,
know, that the Junkanoo was really like pushed
that's
that in there,
that's
but
that's another thing. That's another thing. A lot of these off parades, it seems like take Labor Day for instance, when the police used to rush us off the parade, it seems like we were not really welcome to these things. The same thing with the Youth March. So my question is, are we actually invited to these things, or people just automatically we are a part of these events? Help me with that.
well, the Foxhill Festival is in white groups. Automatic. I know. They give them. I think they give them a little seed funding in terms of get refreshments. If I be corrected, I think that's what used to happen. They invite
well,
groups, and the groups I come in, then they give them something to say get refreshments for the group and booger. So you get like a stipend to say, but yeah, I come in.
but you know what? What
You
top
know?
class years ago when I was the person in charge of the judging system, the Foxville
Hmm.
community used to sit us down and ask me to bring persons to judge. So that was like a good little thing for some of the persons who were not used to the speed, how the music passes you, how the costume passes. So it was like a little trial run. So it was good
It
back
was like
then.
a
Yeah, it was like,
It was a
good
good dry run for the judges.
one, yeah, for the judges to
Yeah.
the fast pace of how the music passes you
Yeah. That's when they used
down.
to have the competition, and then they stopped the competition because
Right.
some groups say, boss, they getting robbed, so they ain't coming. So they stopped the competition and started to give everybody a seed funding
Mhm. Yeah.
to show up. You see what they saying? But like the only way Junkanoo could move if we start to get fresh air, fresh brain, fresh eyes and places that need to get put in way. You see what they
But
saying? Because if you keep putting the same old people in the places, you still gonna have the same results because they still taking the old style way. You see what I say, Boston? And the only way we can change to restart to get fresh ideas. You see what I
well,
say? I see them now talking, but they won't go Gladstone Road and clear the spot. I remember the first time Gus Cooper went to Brazil Carnival, And the first thing when he come back, he say, Junkanoo need a summer dome. And he's agitating for that for me come back. Now they just talking about it. But you know what? A lot of people is knocking it down because they believe he was going to benefit from it. Not seeing the bigger picture is what he was trying to do to Junkanoo. See, some people judgment is because Cooper that was fighting for Junkanoo. Some people right now ain't fighting for Junkanoo, boss. They fighting for personal reasons. You see what I saying? See, that's what has bugged me about some of these people, boy. They running on and think, but they ain't really in the Junkanoo, boss. They ain't really. Wait, look here. For the most talks is be running on right now, Junkanoo's supposed to be further than it is right now. You say the JCNP being in power now for 21 years, right? What significant thing they have done in 21 years, boy, to change Junkanoo? You only responsible for parades in Nassau, right? Every year after the parade, everybody complaining about something. You see what I said? But this the thing is run me hot. You see what I said? So see people like me. See people like me. I sit down and analyze things. But I sit down and analyze things. You can't just come toss something at me and believe I can run by. You see what I said? I sit back and I start to weigh the pros and the cons of these things. You see what I said? Wait, then they say they want $45 million. Boss, look here. If you ain't do much with what you been getting for the past couple of years, now you want 45 million. What you can do with that? Wait, listen to me. Junkanoo's supposed to be so far ahead right now. Tell it ain't funny. You see what I said? Boss, that little bit of money you posted and started to flip that. You see what I said? All these things taking baby steps. For 21 years, if you was making baby step, you would have been in the full step right now. You see what I said? You wouldn't
well,
we ain't even
well,
supposed to be dependent on the government right now. We ain't even supposed to
you
be
hit the nail
dependent
on the
on the
head.
government. We supposed to be so self-sustained right now, boy. If the government, we ain't even supposed to be getting no seed money from the government. We supposed to be able to fund ourselves right now. You see?
I
See,
agree
and
with
that's
that
what has bugged me,
1,000%.
dog. You
Thousand
see what I'm
percent.
saying, boy? So you just gotta look at these things from different angles, man. You just can't come from one angle and think this what it is. That's why I tell you, I sit down and I analyze. I don't say much sometimes. I just sit down and analyze the situation. You see what I saying? I give you
Yeah,
$45 million now. What you can do with my $45 million?
some years ago, when the Junkanoo think tank was formed, I think Papa was a part of it, Hugo was a part of it, and I was a part of it. We had so many things put in place. It was quite a group of persons. It was formed by the JCNP to move Junkanoo forward for revenue and all different
To get
aspects of it.
ideas,
And
great ideas for Junkanoo to move forward. Yes, that was the idea behind it.
we got the things done. But the thing about it is, the minute when we was about to sign off on the $5 million with Junkanoo, it was election time. The Prime Minister Perry Christie was in at the time. He missed the meeting. That Danny Johnson came in sitting with us in the meeting, and he couldn't make no decisions. Right after that, election happened, and boom, government change. That get thrown in the
I tell you, but this
Junkanoo
thing
have to,
crazy as hell, boy.
we as a Junkanoo community have to realize that we have a very unique product. The whole world loves, and who has experienced this product loves it, and who hasn't experienced
Yep. But look here.
it. It's not to be self-sustained, like you say, Danny. But let's go to creates what 200-300 fines come out, or at least 100 fines come out. You can imagine collecting $1 from each
Yep.
one of them. You say baby steps. Put your temporary fencing up.
That's baby steps, boss.
And every Junkanoo practices.
Understand practice. I'm not understanding that because that there is what's used by the groups to make extra monies and stuff and pull in things. So I'm not understanding the can.
No, I'm saying that you could make so much more revenue off of practice. Practice is now an event. People come from all over for practice. And now the practices are stretching out each day of the week. Like Roots are practice on Wednesday, Genesis on Tuesday. Those are the two smartest groups because now they guarantee they can have a big crowd on those nights. Everybody from all the Junkanoos want they just gravitate to Junkanoo, so they come to practice.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm saying this: if you could find a venue or create a temporary venue for your practice, you now have another generation stream for revenue. I say charge people $10 to get it. I say charge them $1.
Yeah. Baby steps. That's all I say. Baby steps. For 21 years, if you was making baby steps, we'd have been full grown right now. You see what I'm saying? But
let me give you another
we right
example.
now we don't plan for the future.
It's up. We've been asking Junkanoos to plan themselves to get themselves
to
prepared
do
for the
certain things,
economy, so they could sell the costume. And how long has Angeli been asking for people to produce costumes or pieces to be sold? How long?
Man, we're serious, boss. We be beating our gum up, dog. You see what I
a couple
said?
months now. And so Jungle was even in sending a lot of the stuff in. And when they send it in, they're not following the right protocol to certain things they're asking for. They're not sending them in either.
Hey, listen to me. See, because this bill, first of all, boss, y'all need to know what y'all can do. Cause I need to know if I need to build my costume this year or what.
That's
Because right now,
you are right.
Y'all ain't letting me know what I need to do. Cause y'all suspend Junkanoo. Y'all need to let me know if Junkanoo gonna happen this year or what, so I can know if I need to go build my costume or if I need to build no costume. Cause I ain't here to waste time, but I be real. You see what I saying? And that's what y'all need to tell the Junkanoo public right now. You see what I saying? All the members in all these group, what gonna happen? What you all gonna do? Because this prime Junkanoo time right now, in terms of preparing for base street. Are you see what I saying? And don't come to me sideways because when I reach the downtown and my costume ain't finished, it's because you ain't let me know and you ain't give me ample time to let me know if Junkanoo gang. You see what I saying? That's one thing. Y'all need to come out, the JCNP need to come out and let the people know if they need to continue building their costume, doing whatever they need to do, because they need to know what gonna happen if we gain or we ain't gain. You see what I saying? Because I'm burning up my manpower for nothing. To have no costume sit around in the yard. You see what I saying?
But like Papa was talking, if it's just a draft bill, I don't see why these things should be suspended and stuff. Everything should go on as normal until you get all this other information in. Because if the bill just starting out, you're just having sessions, how long are these sessions going to last? Are you still going to be in suspension from all the practices and stop every activity of Junkanoo until the bill is finalized? Should everything just be at a standstill? How long do you think this bill is going to take the part? Questions they're gonna have before
these questions would need to be these questions would need answers, man, and y'all need to let us know what y'all can do. You see what I saying? You can't have people in limbo, boss. Right now, everybody's sitting in limbo according to what gonna happen or what ain't gonna happen. You see? And the JCNP need to come clear and say, "Boy, that's what gonna happen, or that's what ain't gonna happen." You know what I mean? Because the government and say. Boss, the JCNP can't say if Junkanoo gonna happen or if it ain't gonna happen. So now, boss, what we talking about now? Cause they little mix up now, boss. I need to know who I game with, what I game with, and when I game with. See what I'm saying? So we need to get that. We need to get that. We need
But
to figure that out. So all these little press, these little fly and things they put out, that's a fly you all need to put out. Junkanoo happening or they ain't happening. You see what I'm saying? Because the public need to know itself. Because people plan,
That's that's
boss.
that's
Because
that's
the
the number
people,
one
the
question.
people plan right now. Because people say, but if you know Junkanoo, I could make a trip, boss. You see what I'm saying? Plenty of people be ready to
Yeah,
travel for the Christmas. So
and that's
you all need to let people know what's going on.
a lot of
And
people saying
then
that.
if if you come late and people you get a porter, the Junkanoo, you're gonna say, oh, the Bayman people ain't in the junk. Boss, Bayman people is plan. You see what I saying? Bayman
hold
people is
on, I'm
plan,
glad.
right?
Plenty people ain't coming to Junkanoo now because the bleachers is be empty. And then when the first set who up in Washington, Scotia, then see the first round, they ain't waiting for the second round. So when the morning come, the bleachers full with people who ain't playing.
Yeah, man, but listen to me, y'all. That's why I tell y'all, boss. Just right now, we need to figure out what gonna happen and wait, what gonna happen. Saying the JCNP, boss. Wait, listen to me. You see what I saying? Wait, y'all saying a lot, but y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me put it like that. Y'all saying a lot, but y'all ain't really saying nothing right now. You see? But you gotta get yourself together, boss. 21 years. 21 years. But I wouldn't even brag, but say by being around for 21 years. And and I get something serious and tangible to show the people. You see what I said? I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed, right? Because
What is the point of it?
I'd be embarrassed, right? Because
This is
like
the
I say, by Junkanoo's be hey, boy, listen to me.
this is
Self-sustain, we supposed to be so
this is
far ahead
this
right
is this
now.
this, this
Hey,
hey talk. They, they read the bill and they see everything with the bill, but the bill doesn't say anything about the individual John Canoa, and they're asking if they need to form or do we need to form a union?
well, the whole point is, see a lot of these Junkanoos that they boss, they playing party politics with Junkanoo, as I call it. They ain't want to think independently, boss. They want to think what my leader or my chairman or my group member say. Half of them ain't gonna read nothing, so they ain't gonna know what's going on. So to answer the question of the individual, my papa, by Junkanoos, right? Hey, papa,
Hey,
you know how Junkanoos go, boss. But a lot of Junkanoos don't support Junkanoos, like you talking about union. But it's real talk. It's real talk. Most people ain't even gonna buy a picture shoes taking them every year, boy. You talking about union? Well, you're holding serious, boy. But it's a real situation now, boy. You just gotta be real with the thing, boy.
Oh my God.
It's real.
Oh my God.
It's real thing, man. And you just gotta be real and talk to these people, boy. Because we can't be one if we ain't supporting each other, boy. We can't be one. We can't be one if we ain't supporting each other. You see what I saying? But
That's true. It's just too many clicks. It's too many clicks.
that's all it is. But everybody get a
And
little click they align with, and whatever the click say, boy, that's the route we gang. That's the route they gang.
well, guess what? I don't deal in chaos and toxicity. Toxicity. So I ain't on that run. When it comes to that, whatever to do with the culture, I willing to do. See, and sometimes we have to be able to pass the baton.
Mm-hmm.
We have to know when it's your time to shine. When you ready to teach your student, you're supposed to sit back and watch your students shine.
Boss, in this farmers, but ain't nobody want nobody shine, boy. They want die in these positions, boss.
Hmm.
Huh? These people want die in these positions, boss. And you all wondering why a lot of people ain't coming back from school when they go to school. For the same reason, no. Was I come back with all this paperwork you all send me to get. But I can't get one high paying job like y'all because y'all would hog up the job until you all followed on the job. Oh, you all ain't serious, man. All ain't serious. All ain't serious, dog. Boss. Wait, listen to me, boss. We get all kind of structural engineers, all kind of artisans, boys, who could judgment contribute to the Junkanoo community. They ain't coming back to contribute us, boss. Cause why? We ain't looking out for them, boy. We ain't looking out for them. These people who in these high places ain't want to move, boss. You see they saying they want to move, boss. All it vote right now is judgment, power, and money. All about now, power and money, boss, in these communities. I want yours. That's all about right now. They ain't about Junkanoo no more. They ain't about Junkanoo no more, dog. The love for Junkanoo done gone for most of these people in these positions. They ain't love Junkanoo. They just love being in that power spot and collecting that buck. That's it.
So I just happened to browse through. I pull up the staff of the authority,
Mm-hmm.
and it says here for the proper discharge of the authority's function, the authority may appoint or employ such officers, staff, agents, and technical or other advisors, whether on a permanent or temporary basis, as it is considered necessary.
Mm-hmm.
To be eligible for appointment executive officer of the authority, a person must have a Bachelor of Arts degree in business management. Excuse me. The chief executive officer may be employed on a contract
Mm-hmm.
of not more than 3 years. The chief officer will have responsibility for the effective management of administration of the authority. That's A. B. Control and manage the staff of the authority. C. Control and manage the property of the authority. D. Implementation of the policies of the authority. There's also going to be an executive director for the authority, and persons appointed by the treasury of the authority. So you have different positions that the staff of the authority would have. So the authority shall provide for employee service with the authority prior to establishment of the pension scheme to be considered in calculating the employee's benefit under the pension scheme. So they sound like they're setting it up with different persons that are being paid.
So all these is paying positions. See,
That seems
I
like.
see someone come and you say, if we believe politicians can handle the power better. Boss, we ain't pushing for, wait, listen here, I ain't pushing for the government, I ain't pushing for nobody. All I pushing for people who love Junkanoo to run Junkanoo. That's all I want. People who love Junkanoo to run Junkanoo. Because most of the people in place now who judgment doing Junkanoo ain't love Junkanoo, man. They ain't love Junkanoo. That's all I want. People who love Junkanoo to run Junkanoo, boy. And that's the only way Junkanoo can go forward. I ain't pushing for no government. I ain't pushing for the JCNP. But I am neutral in this dance, boy. But I just put right where right is. And I think outside the box. But all I want. All I want for people who love Junkanoo to run Junkanoo and have a heart for Junkanoo people, boy. You see what I said? A lot of these people, like I said, is just there for power and money by nothing else.
Well,
They
well,
ain't
well,
love Junkanoo.
yes, this is another thing that the authority is saying. Say the annual budget of the authority shall prepare estimates of income and expenditures of the authority for each financial year, or for some
Mm-hmm.
other period determined by the Ministry of Finance. And the authority shall submit estimates so prepared to the Minister of Finance not later than 3 months prior to the commencement of the financial year or the period. The Ministry of Finance may approve the budget or propose the modification of the budget, and whether the modification are proposed by the Ministry of Finance. Okay, the Ministry of Finance shall review the objectives of the authority, and the minister's decision shall be final. The Ministry of Finance shall lay the budget as approved by him before Parliament within 14 days of approval, if Parliament is not in session within 14 days after the commencement of the sitting. Allocation of the annual budget. The total sum of the annual budget of the authority shall be allocated to the authority in 2 installments. The first within 14 days of the new financial year, and the second at the expiration date of the 6 months. The authority shall determine the priority of the funds allocated in the annual budget. Power to borrow. Yes. Power to borrow. The authority may, with the approval and direction of the Ministry of Finance, borrow monies for the purpose of meeting the obligation or discharging the functions of the authority. The approval of the Ministry of Finance may be general or limited to a particular transaction and may be either unconditional or subject to conditions as it sees fit. The Ministry of Finance may guarantee in any manner and or any condition as it sees fit the payment of the principal and interest in respect of money borrowed by the authority. Subject to subjections, the Ministry of Finance may guarantee the manner the minister thinks fit. The repayment of the principal and the interest and other charges on approved borrowing charges on approval borrowings made by the attorney, otherwise by the way So this is saying also that the authority would be able to borrow monies and it comes within the budget and everything has to go through Ministry of Finance. So the authority also will have audit. Say the party shall keep proper accounts and other records of transitions and affairs of the authorities, and shall do all things necessary to ensure that all payments out of the monies of the authority are correctly made and properly authorized, and that the adequate control is maintained over the assets or in custody of the authority and the incurrence of liability by the authority. Hear that?
But listen to me. Listen to me.
Say,
Everybody here is be chiming in on Facebook and on videos on everything whilst we go live and thing, right? But ain't nobody getting here to read this bill. They pump faking. See, and the only way you can get the information if you read the draft bill, whatever it is, right? That's the only way we can get. That's the only way we can get where we need to go and to solve this problem. But we ain't want to read. We ain't want to read. We want people to tell us what to do and why they're lying and who they're lying with. We ain't want to read. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta read for this thing. See, and see, but y'all might think I beating up on the JCNP and thing, right? But I ain't beating up on the thing. Thing is fast. So now, all the shares, boy. If we go down Bay Street, something major start happening, anybody on that parade road, some injury, someone who paying for a medical bill. We get Junkanoo insurance. Huh?
who they talking about?
Boss, all this
Get the
What's
fella
all
drop
these
out.
things, all these things we need to be dealing with, boy. As an organization, all these things we need to be doing. And like I said, I drop a health and safety video for last week. We dropped. You see what I saying? Talking about the health and safety issues we have in Junkanoo, right? When we been dodging bullets for years, right? Doing certain things. I want to know how much of us, boss, how much of us get judgment, how much groups get insurance to insure a member if something happen to them in the shop or on Bay Street.
Talked about insurance for Junkanoo. That was one of the things in the proposal that we've given the government.
You see what I
Insurance.
say? All these things we gotta talk about, right? So everybody be running on but all these other things, but ain't nobody won't be running on with the major things what they need. See, we just get sidelined. The things we need to talk about, we don't talk about. You see what I saying? These are things you need to talk about, right? Because, right, that's a matter of life and death on the road. You see?
Yeah,
So, but
I
all
gotta
these things,
speak properly.
gone,
I see a lot of stuff in
you
here. I
know?
need to look at the bill.
Yeah. But I sit down and read. I know if they're men, whatever they sent out the first time, I read it in the entirety where they talking about pension and things for Tory members and all that and thing. But I gotta finish read. I gotta finish read up on all that. I gotta sit down and read these things. But you gotta have an open mind when you sit down and read these things and comprehend what these things say. You see what I said? A lot of people is read, but they can't comprehend. You see? And that's the problem we get. Comprehension. So first thing, a lot of people understand things better when they hear it rather than reading it. You know, some people watch you can play audio, they pick up right on the spot. That's why I tell them this proposed bill, they need to get this either in video form, audio form. You see what I said? So the people, so the masses, cause everybody ain't read, and boss, because everybody ain't read, that can be the downfall of everything we trying to do. You see what I saying? But in every group, like this person say, if you ain't sure, get a lawyer, boss. Every Junkanoo group get legal minds in it. Every last one. You see what I saying?
But
Some of them get couple.
someone said to me,
So
I bought a number out, and they're one of the top persons, one of the Junkanoo organization. And they said this proposal has been brought forward for years and say we have to think of two things, whether we want whether we want competition or we want commerce.
course what basically if you listen if you check the bill is all the bill doing is turning Junkanoo into a business. You all realize that, right?
Mhm.
That's
Well,
what it is.
somebody say the Junkanooers
That's
was
all it
not
is.
informed. Somebody saying the Junkanooers were not informed of the bill. Who's this? Somebody's typing.
So then inform of the bill.
Yeah, say they were not informed of the bill. This bill, like I say, bill, these things been coming around for a long time. From they was talking about the commission. All this was
Uh-huh.
in the and so the name it changed from commission to authority. So now,
That's all
you know,
governments is do. Governments only has changed names of certain things and change some of the wording of certain things and it's basically put a spin on it for them. They put their spin on it.
mhm.
But the whole point was they didn't make up their mind that boss this one proposed this, so let's run with this and let's add one or two things, take away one or two things, and do things like that. You can say that because you always say the arguing boss, that was our plan. See now the whole point is right, these you can't let these politicians get your sideline. You can't let these politicians get your sideline. Let me show you why. Because you see, Mr. Pentard come on there running on, but boss, he running on with the bill now, right? But you see everybody pull the files him when he proposed the commission, right? They put all these
Yep,
files. You
yep.
see?
And so
So these people have started playing this political season, so you can't get sidelined by these politicians because they can divide you further than you divided now. Don't fool around with them, boss. Because these people
okay.
only be lying to get in power, boss. Don't fool with that.
Oh,
Don't let these people sway you. You gotta be thinking independently. Don't let nobody judgment tell you what to do or how to do. You go there and see for yourself, read for yourself, and analyze everything for yourself and make a decision by yourself. Don't let nobody sway you into this direction and that direction. You got to hold firm on what you believe in. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't hold firm on what you believe in, you can go with anything people tell you. You got to be strong, boss. You can't be pump faking. You got to be strong.
many people don't know how to think for themselves.
Like, you got to be an independent thinker, because if you ain't thinking independently, these groups, all these little boards and all these things, these people can send you sideways because they want you align with what they say. And like you say, a lot of people can't think for themselves. But the problem is, we telling people read. A lot of people can't read. We get a bigger problem. We get a bigger problem. It's the truth. A lot of people can't read. A lot of people can't write. What's been in school for 12 years can't read and write. So we get a bigger problem than Junkanoo right now. We telling people read the bill, but how we can read the bill if I can't read and write?
That's true.
I can read the bill if I can't read and write. You see what I saying?
But I know one thing: everything in life have to have some kind of guideline or restrictions, and you should be progressing, not regressing.
You see what I saying?
To be Junkanoo
So
should
you
be.
can't be.
Papa, you very quiet. You going?
No, man. The reason I'm reserving a lot of my comments is because I want to comment when the draft comes out or after tomorrow when I have more information. Dennis,
Ah,
your
Mhm.
point about reading, not the draft, the actual bill, the town hall meeting tomorrow. After that, I'll have
right.
more to
Mhm.
say. But
Okay.
to Danny's point though, but reading, we have to be careful not just to say that reading. Don't forget now, there's a lot of legal terminology inside that document that a lot of people can't
Yep.
necessarily break down or comprehend. So
Right.
I think us having a show when this is all not when it all blows over, but when they decide to finally draft a bill, we may have to have some legal minds come on the show with us, and we can actually break it down for everybody. I think that'd be the best thing
Yeah.
because
That too,
even for
right?
me,
But Papa, Papa,
I
we just
got.
have
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Papa, we just have the information in the palm of our hand, no. That same little device we just walk with every day.
I agree. I agree, but it's also good to have a legal mind there as well.
Yeah, like you say, boss, most of these groups get legal people in the group, but they want to help the group.
I'm talking for our show. I'm not talking for the people. I'm not talking for the groups. I ain't wearing no
Oh,
groups
you
right now. I'm talking
mean
for
we get
the
one
show.
legal person to come on our show to talk with it? Yeah, man,
Yes,
that's small things. Yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm
man.
talking about.
So at least
I'm
break
not
it
in some
down,
groups
break
right
it
now.
down,
Right. And
break
if
it
anybody
down
have
for
any
some people.
questions, right.
But we must keep in mind that, like Papa said, this is a draft bill. A draft is not the
Yeah,
final. There's time to make
it's
adjustments.
a final bill. Exactly.
And the bill has to go to Parliament, and the Parliament has
Yeah,
to be debated. But I mean, we don't know what happened to reach the Parliament anyway and get passed through. So.
you have to go on to that. So yeah.
So that's why I tell people try read at least something. At least read what you could understand. If you can't understand, like you say, ask somebody. But try read as much as you could, and whatever you comprehend from it, at least you do something. Don't do nothing. Don't just
So
don't do nothing. Do something.
online, Dalius Maxi is saying this is the most concerning part of the bill. We will be handing over total control to the sitting minister. That will make Junkanoo political.
It doesn't say that. It says that there's going to
That's
be an
that's
independent
what
body
Mr.
review,
Maxi
not
is saying.
the minister.
Yep. So that's what
That's
Mr.
good.
Maxi, and see there
See,
in
see,
there.
that's the problem right there. Interpretation. Everybody get a different interpretation when they read the bill. You see what I said?
Mhm.
Everybody get a different interpretation when they read the bill, and that's where we go sideways. Because how I see things when I read it ain't the same way you see things when you read it. You know, and like Papa say, we can get when after this what they call a town hall meeting or whatever meeting they having. Hopefully, we could get more information and more besides what we read already, and highlight more things for us that a lot of people be able to comprehend. We should be in a better position to basically speak on it. You see what I
Right.
said? But other than
Because these
that, well, like I say, Mike,
excerpts out the bill. Some people just pulling little excerpts out the bill and not reading the whole bill
that,
in the entire.
that's what I telling you. Every side pulling out the pieces they want show that they align with. You see what I saying? And highlighting what they align with and leaving the rest out. So I could be looking at 16A and I see something that I like, I highlight that. You could be looking at 17B, you see something there you like, you highlight that. But you ain't highlighting 16A because 16A ain't aligned with what you saying. You see what I saying? So that's why I say everybody needs to go there and read everything for themselves and understand what's going on, because people only gonna highlight what they want you to see. Just like the news outlets, boss. When the news outlets write a report, when they write a headline, but they only write a headline for you to catch you. They catch the graph, yeah. They get your eye and your mind running until you start to read further into the story, boss. And the story ain't nothing like what the headlines say.
Nothing.
Nothing like what the headlines say. The headlines just draw your attention. Come read this. And that's the same thing people do with the bill. They pull out things they want you to see and leave the rest. Plain and simple. You see? But we need to come to common ground, because we need to figure out what going on to Junkanoo, boss. Because right now, Junkanoo right there on Rocky Road right now. They're on a rocky road, but
I don't think it's on a rocky road. We're at a crossroad. We're at a crossroad. We have to make some decisions.
My papa, we on rocky road right now, boss.
Okay,
listen to me when I tell you that.
Let me give my point, Daddy. Let me give my point, Daddy.
Go on.
Remember you mentioning the Samba Dome when Gus visited in Brazil?
Yeah.
You know the story behind that? Do you know that they have two
the
festivals?
Samba Dome?
One in the street and one in the dome. The
dome, yeah.
In the street, and the people making the money in the dome. So if you want to be a traditionalist, you can be a traditionalist, but you can get left behind. That's what I got.
My point exactly. That's my point exactly. You see what I'm saying? But that's why I say, boss, this thing basically trying to make everything into a business, boss, but many people ain't understand and seeing this. Junkanoo now turning to business.
Junkanoo is spiritual to them. It's not a business to them. It's just spiritual. But it's been a business to me for 20 years. It's been a business to me for 20 years. Hello? All right.
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? but the business ain't put money in the pockets of the local Junkanoo.
Sometimes the local Junkanoo gotta find his own way to make that bubble.
The average thing, boss. Boss, if you managing me, boss, you money there. Everybody can seek money elsewhere. But boss, if you managing me, boss, you got a judgment, do something for me. I under you, you know. It's like you was the head of this business.
Yep.
Understand what I said? You're the head of this business, so you got to make sure this business runs properly.
I just want people to understand that there's money out there today in Junkanoo. You just have to go make it.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
There's money out there to make. You see what I said? But when I go to Bay Street and I participate, boss, I need to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Wasn't there for me. You see what I saying? Because if you ask them for $45 million, boss, you got something got to be working there for me. You see what I saying? Every average Junkanoo, because if you want $45 million, I need to know what you need this $45 million to do.
That's a very good question from Keelia Duncombe. Please, you can put it on the screen, please.
Yeah, I see it. Say, why haven't independent consultants been engaged to assist the JCNP and the Ministry of Culture for creating business models that promote financial independence and create a roadmap to growth? Given land is one thing, but ensuring longevity is another. Why hasn't other Junkanoo management authorities being created in other islands or the Bahamas to ensure the family islands get expand the Junkanoo experience to match of New Providence and Grand Bahama? Well, that's what I've been saying from day one. You know what I mean? We supposed to be financial and we supposed to be independent long time. We supposed to be doing things long time, and that's what I say. You supposed to then have a business model. You supposed to be running because you been running like a business. So if we been running like a business for that time, boss, and we ain't generating no funds.
I think we've been running like a charity, really, not a business, a charity.
No, we've been running like a petty shop. Let me put it like that, like a petty shop.
Right.
We've been running like a petty shop, more like we running like a petty shop. But that's an interesting question. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people be like, "Boy, Jong Hu ain't be no business and that boss." And then here, boss, you can't do nothing with it. Back in the day, it was just pure fun. Now it become a business because what it costs to do Jong Hu now, it ain't much fun in it right now. Be real.
No, not your pocketbook for sure. I guarantee you that. It's not fun at all.
Exactly.
No aspect.
You see? So, but the thing.
Yeah, doing it for so long. Papa, hey, we've been doing it so long for free for the passion of it
Yeah.
and seeking support and getting support.
Yeah.
You see? We've been doing it for the passion of it.
I'm so tired. I'm tired. And I mean,
Hey,
I'm
listen to me.
tired.
Like I say, but I only need people. I need people to run Junkanoo who love Junkanoo, boy. You see what I'm saying? I tired of this,
Yeah,
boy. That's all I need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people is going to these things and don't love what they in. They just there to make money, boss. That's like somebody say, "By getting the week, I only here to make this money. I ain't like this job." So why you want the job if you ain't like the job?
Yep,
You see what I'm
that's true.
saying? Why you getting on the job if you ain't like the job? Oh, I only there because I can get paid, dog. No, man. I ain't like that. I want people who there who can judgment see this thing grow by and can see and have vision for Jonkunu by. What we need a plan to say, by this what we want Jonkunu look like in the next 50 years. We
No,
have had a plan like that to say what Jonkunu should look like in another 50 years
50
or a
20,
roadmap.
Yeah. I say a roadmap, but not for 50 years. 50 years, that's my churn. I want, you know what I mean? 5 years.
Yeah, but Papa, the whole point is the whole point is they have a track they can start on, but they ain't gonna finish on that track. They might enhance the track, but at least they then have some framework on which way to go. You then start, well, you then lay the foundation.
Yes.
You see, you then lay the foundation. It's up to them to put the roof on and all that thing, all the walls and the roof on. But the whole point is you then create a solid foundation for them to build.
Yeah.
You see, and that's the problem we have, boss. Our foundation shaky right now. Our foundation shaky right now because we the plan ain't developed to complete the host.
I don't think there ever was a plan. That's why they try to create a plan now, bro.
My point exactly. So we basically trying to build a house without a plan.
Well,
that's what we doing. We building a house without a plan.
Hey, this is the Bahamas. Let me give you a prime example how that's work. That's like fish fry and under the dog gun.
Yeah.
Hey, people do their own thing until they become well known, and then they jump up and say, "Okay, now we gotta fix it because this ain't right."
Yeah.
Guys, I just was reading up on some stuff the ministry had posted, say National Junkanoo Authority facts. I saw it last week, but I just thought I should read it so we could understand some things they're saying here.
Mm-hmm.
This is some of the facts there. This is what they're saying, some of the facts of the Junkanoo Authority. To safeguard the rights of each Junkanoo participant.
Mm-hmm.
Create Junkanoo Foundation. Develop sustainable revenue streams. Full-time job creations. Protect and hold the copyright and intellectual property of Junkanoo and its participants.
Mm-hmm.
Establish a dedicated body to oversee all Junkanoo matters across the Bahamas. Create a full-time calendar of Junkanoo festivities culminating with a Junkanoo parade, which promotes family island tourism and participation. Literature, research, and archiving the historical, present, and future aspect of Junkanoo. Plan and organize Junkanoo conferences, workshops, seminars, particularly practical and theological. To create self-sufficiency to decrease the overall parade expenses from the government of the Bahamas. Let me read that again.
Mm-hmm.
To create to decrease the overall parade expenses from the government of the Bahamas to promote Junkanoo globally and pursue grants and international sponsorship in line with UNESCO guidelines, expanding the business of Junkanoo into an industry, ability to raise funds locally and internationally, and the expansion of the National Junkanoo Junior Junkanoo Parade. So they're saying that is some of the facts.
Mm-hmm.
That one grabbed my attention. What I caught a few grabbed my attention.
Yeah, a few got my attention too.
Yeah, see, and that's what I telling you, boss. They can highlight the things they want you to see. That's facts.
And on the other side, they're doing the same thing. They telling you the facts of what they've done over the last 21 years, or what their accomplishments, or what they've done in the last 21 years.
Hmm.
Chairman, is there anything in the bill that says that they're going to strip the JCNP from running the New Providence Junkanoo Parade?
Anything like that, but I saw us and I was talking about it to one of my friends where they said they're still going to be at the table. So I don't know if they're still going to run, have the
I
whole
think
JCNP
I think that's
as
where the big
one.
issue comes in. Nobody wants to ask that question.
I think that's where it comes in too, because it seems like only one person or a set of persons from these other committees will be sitting in the authority itself.
Right. And the JCNP has a seat at this table, right?
Yes.
Okay.
JCNP, NJC, like I say, Ministry of Tourism, UNESCO. It's a whole list of a couple of names. I got to try pull it up because I write down some information when they're talking about. Because
Shaman,
Ministry of Tourism,
Shaman,
Ministry of Work.
I'm going to give you a challenge. And I know you love challenges. I know you're going through your own personal challenges right now, but I'd like for you to try and interview Jackson Burnside's wife, Palm Burnside. Because she was influential in getting
Okay.
this Junkanoo UNESCO, and this whole city of Nassau. She was very instrumental in getting it
Right.
done. And a lot of people, we even missing that part of the boat. The people who have worked so hard
Right.
previously to get us to this point, to get this UNESCO grant, so we can start even talking about this in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? I know she'd be working on it probably 15, maybe longer. I've been working along with her.
Time, quite.
Yeah. So we need to get that angle and that story out there, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, always,
And one of the things that what we have to do too, and what we are working on some aspects of. We have a lot of Junkanooers dying out, and
yep,
their history is dying with them.
yep. But
Trying to work on something with the pioneers of Junkanoo, trying to get them filmed. And if you hear some of the stories that they are talking, from whence we come, they just shake their head of the Junkanoo that we are doing today.
yeah,
Some are saying they're saying we are stripping the authenticity of the authenticity of the culture that we're stripping it.
hey, listen to me. Right now, all we get all kind of different fractions and different boards and organization and junction. You get the JCNP, the NJC, you get the people who do the independence rush and all these different rush. We need Junkanoo to be on one central page, boss. All these people need to be in the same room and the same table to judgment move Junkanoo forward. All these different branches, boss, that's pure division, boss. That's pure division. If you all want to get serious,
I understand
you need to bring all them together.
Yeah, Junkanoo belongs to everybody, not just a certain set of persons.
Yeah.
It belongs to the people, collectively, everybody.
See, that's the problem. Everybody don't see that because when they go to these table and make these decisions for us, you make it when they go to change, even at the JCNP, when you go there, they say, oh yeah, but your group represent boss. My group representative might be judgment representing me because what are you lying with? I might be lying with, but he's speaking for me. You see what I saying? All them representatives them vote to suspend Junkanoo, right? Oh, so I want Junkanoo to get suspended, but he vote for that. But he ain't in line with what I want or what I wanted. He in line with what they want, boss. They ain't come to the group and say, boy, what you all want. Any of them come to the group and ask the group what they want. Huh? That's what I need to find. Any of them come to their group and ask their group what they want. If they want a suspension of Junkanoo until they get this bill right. Ain't none of them going to their group. So why you can speak for me, boss? And that's the problem we get now. You get 2 and 3 and 4 people speaking for a group of 3 and 4 and 5 and 600 people. All the same, want the same thing. But you ain't come to
Right.
us. You
So,
ain't come to us to ask us.
right. Owen Stubbs is making a point here. He says, love for something doesn't have to look the same from the love of something doesn't have to look the same from everyone. In Jonglei, we often celebrate the builders, musicians, and dancers we see on Bay Street. But that's only one side of it. There are persons who give thousands of dollars every year to keep groups alive, with no direct return, no prize, and sometimes not even a seat at the decision-making table. Some don't participate in the parade because they don't have the rhythm, they feel out of place, or the competitive atmosphere isn't for them. But they still love Junkanoo just as much. In fact, supporting something financially without personal gain can be even a deeper show of commitment.
Yeah, that
If
mean
we
they love
really value
Junkanoo?
Junkanoo, yes, we have to recognize all contributions, whether it's time, talent, or treasure, because every part is needed to keep the tradition alive. That's what Owen Stubbs wrote.
See, I want people.
It's true.
I want people to believe when I say I want people who love Junkanoo to run Junkanoo means that these people who is be rushing on Junkanoo, you know how many people love Junkanoo never rush. They ain't never judgment been on Bay
Yeah,
Street yet, but they contribute to the judgment development of
yeah,
Junkanoo. They never, but when I say I
yeah.
want people who love Junkanoo, I mean they rushing and they love Junk. They mean they judgment like Junkanoo. They love Junkanoo. They can't do Junkanoo, but they'll put their money in their hand and they pocket to support Junkanoo because they love Junkanoo in that
Hmm.
way. You see what I saying? They might can't judgment rush or nothing. But they judgment they making a contribution because they love the thing. So when I say I want people who love Junkanoo to run Junkanoo, I mean just people who Russian or who building or none. I mean you personally in your heart you love Junkanoo and you want to see Junkanoo judgment succeed. That's what I mean. You love Junkanoo. You don't want to see a part of Junkanoo system. You want to see a whole. Everybody in Junkanoo succeed, not just a fraction of people. You want to see everybody succeed in Junkanoo. And that's when I say I like people. I want people in place who love Junkanoo. That's what I mean. I mean, cause they rush or they don't rush. I want them. But if you get a heart for the people and love Junkanoo and the culture, well, I need you there. Because if you love this, you can make sure this go the right way. Like I say, some people only gain there for power. Some gain for money. And that's it. And you see what I say? Like so they would say
Clout.
passion, vision for growth. Real, that's all they say. Passion and vision for growth. That's all
Yeah,
I want people there for. You need to grow.
that's right. That's true. That's true. So there are well, hit that on nail on the head.
But yeah,
Passion and vision for growth.
but that's one say, but they ain't think Junkanoo's, they ain't think everybody wanted Junkanoo for what?
To be suspended. So, however, the JCNP had to make a decision based on what was being presented to them.
Boss, you presented to them, not to us. To them, not to us. Boss, and that's the problem we get right now. What presented to them, but not to us. Boss, if it's no us, it's no them. And you always gotta remember that. If there's no us, it's no them. And that's what people fail to understand. These people in these place represent us, right? But they're listening to us. See, and that's where we getting confused right now. They representing us, but they ain't listening to us. They doing what they want to do, boy, because ain't none of them come to their group and ask the question, what you all think? What you all think? You see what I said? It's a simple question, what you all think we should do? That's all they had to ask their members. What you all think we should do? Huh? No, boy. Us two, we in here, but we can talk for everybody in our group. No, man, you ain't serious, boy. You ain't serious. A lot of people, it was in a line with what they voted for in these groups. You see what I said? But people is be scared to talk up because they feel like they can get blackballed in their group. See, that's the problem right there. You feel you can get blackballed in our group if we speak up. Oh, but you going against the grain. Boss, that's my problem. I was going against the grain too long. Because I can see, I have sense. You see what I said? I making an independent decision. You see what I said? A lot of people ain't making independent decisions. You see? See, but and the thing it is now, everybody talking about this bill, right? Wait, ain't nothing happened to this bill yet. This bill is still in motion, but we catching feelings for a bill when he ain't even passed yet. It's still in motion. That's my biggest problem. Everybody got a problem with the bill when he ain't even judgment passed yet. This in motion, boss. And when something in motion, you can judgment stop the motion, you can pause the motion, or you can redirect the motion. You see? But you then judgment, you then suspend Junkanoo, and something's still in motion. Oh, you ain't serious, man. You ain't see nothing. Now I can see if the bill is done passed, and you all of a sudden into that, then they are, boy, look here. Let's shut this down, boy. Let's send a message. But this thing's still in motion, boy. You able to you able right now, because bills is get amended. You able right now, and that's only a draft bill, so they can amend whatever they want to amend in this right now before they even table this. You see what I saying? They can amend anything right now. It's easier to amend this right now than to amend this when it's then passed. This is the easiest time to make adjustments right now. So this is the time you need to get all adjustment made. You see what I saying? But no, man, we decide we want to suspend Junkanoo until we judgment figure this out. Boss, let Junkanoo roll it, and then you all wake in the background, boss. You see what I saying?
You better work in the background. Anybody who stop working, they in trouble, son. That's all I can say.
Don't stop I stop working. I start working. I start working there.
You're different.
Because I need to know. I need to know what. I need to know what gonna happen if we haven't Junkanoo or we haven't Junkanoo. And they need to tell the people that now so we can prepare. Because a lot of people and fed up on the people. Well, you all play, you all fair and Junkanoo is up. You all fair, the fan base of Junkanoo right now fed up with what's going on in Junkanoo base. You see what I say? And you get in the basically to rush with the fans, and you ain't get no fans, so you rushing for the bleachers. Watch y'all and see. Y'all and see bleachers numbers low right now. You see what I say? Bleachers numbers low right now. You ain't getting no serious traction. Was you trying to get traction and now you get a distraction? Are you ain't serious? Wait, we got to get things together, boy. You got to get things together. People can start to make trips for the Christmas. And you really ain't have nobody if you haven't Junkanoo to watch Junkanoo.
Well, we need no more distraction because the distraction between the two groups caused Junkanoo to be flat like a stale soda.
Well, son, we get another distraction. We get another distraction going on now.
Exactly, that's what I said. And
what do you think happened?
September is when the practices and everything go full force. September, right?
This person say ain't nothing to stop this bill. Wash, you ain't got to stop the bill, no. You just got to amend the bill the way you need it to be. That's all it is. If you ain't like something in the bill, wash there, amend the bill. You see what they said?
That's what amendment is.
Yeah, 2 holiday. Run the current ball. You know, I be ready to fly but you only got to tell me something ain't happen, I'm ready to fly. That's why they need to let the Junkanoo. That's why they need to let the Junkanoos know, nah, boy. What gonna happen, boy? Because I ready to go book. I ready to go book my trip now. You all ain't serious for the Christmas. You all be there. Get time to play.
I'm off the island and must be 30 years in the Christmas. So I don't even know what it is, not to spend. Junkanoo in Nassau. I don't know.
Someone
You
said that the
honestly
bleachers
talking.
tickets
This
sell out
place is
in minutes,
talking.
Kenny. It's up.
What bleachers ticket sell out what minutes? Boss, you go to any parliamentarian and all these people who most of them tickets get giveaway. Sell out, they get giveaway, boy. And the prime seats is get giveaway. I want you all believe tickets be selling out like that. No, don't let them fool you. You go on the bleach, go to Anton and look at the bleachers and see if anything sell out. Go to Junkanoo. Come now.
Hey,
Go to
speaking of the
Junkanoo and see if
bleachers,
anything sell out.
the bleachers are a line item on the government's bill right now for under Junkanoo, but the police use them. Ministry of Youth, Sports and Cultures use them. All these other government agencies be using the bleachers during the Christmas season, and how does it work? That's because it's government. They just say, okay, that's a line item under Junkanoo, but we can use it, or are they paying part of the bill from that agency, or how does that work?
And the government will own the bleachers, right?
I don't think so. I think a private entity owns the bleachers.
Yeah, private entity, but I mean, so who pays the private
The
entity?
government. But I'm
Okay,
saying,
then. So you're
but
taking
what I'm saying now, they use the bleachers and say it's a Junkanoo line item. That's what I'm saying. It comes under our bill. It comes under our portfolio. But everybody else uses them. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not a problem with who pays for it. I'm just saying that the use comes under us, and they say this is the line item for Junkanoo, but it's a line item for the government for other purposes as well. So we take responsibility for the whole bleacher bill, but we're not the exclusive users of the bleachers. You feel me?
Yeah, I understand.
Because they make it seem like, okay, we spend $40,000 on the bleachers, but we're not the only people who use them. That's my point.
No.
All right.
What you're saying, sir, because if I under the bill, the bill is coming underneath us. But how we know that we're not only paying a part of the bill? Are we paying the bill in its entirety, or
I have
the bill is?
I have no idea how it's done because they don't itemize and give us a breakdown how they spend our money.
Well, I don't know myself.
That's just a question I had because I thought it was interesting because I remember Junior Junkanoo we did a Junior Junkanoo on Bay Street. We were told that we can't use a certain part of the bleachers or they would have to pay for it.
Okay, but Johan Sons is saying bleachers are contracted. Government don't own the bleachers.
Right. Okay.
Ellery is saying you mean currently.
That's subject to change.
Yeah, that's subject to change.
Yeah, I think we lost top class.
Yeah.
What? Oh, there you go. There you go. You're back.
Yeah.
People get to see your eyes just now.
Yeah, but all these things we gotta take in consideration. That's like you putting on a show and the dude who even put on the show making all the money. That's what the bleachers. That's what the bleacher says, right? So and there's the things we supposed to be talking about, boss.
But he is providing a service, though.
Huh? Yeah, you providing a service, but if we, but if we want be self-sustained, we need to be collecting them bubs. So we need bleachers to make these things happen for us. You see what they saying? We can't be paying out a bunch of bub and we ain't making nothing.
Well, that's what's happening.
That only makes sense, boss. And that's why I say, boss, this model got to change. The model got to change. A lot of things got to change.
Have we outgrown Bay Street?
Man, we been outgrow Bay Street long time, boss, but we can't see it. All we always talk about all the ancestors in between the walls and the building and the acoustics and this and that. Boss, you just go to do Junkanoo everywhere and you just get good sound, but so don't let these people fool you, dog. Those just be practicing by Porter's Key, dog. You can hear music bouncing off. Those be practicing on the floor. Those be practicing by fish fry and the music thumping. So don't let this judgment Bay Street fool you. Talk about the acoustics, this and the acoustics that. But we Junkanoo is delusional, boy. Stop fooling around,
No,
dog.
but class, you there by Pompey Square, but you feel them ancestral spirits up in there.
But stop talking fool, yeah? Wait, listen to me. Listen to me. And if you on that same field, that's why we say you build it, you build it. But if you build it like a samba dome, you get buildings on both sides, you create that sound, boss.
Class, you know what my saying say? Feel it in your belly. So you feeling it in there. Once we hear that drum and that thing, you feel
But
this.
wait, listen to me. We don't know grow, but y'all won't be around the corner pissing under one car around the corner, swooping down, cause you ain't enough get enough porta potty around the doors, laying down on the ground, and after one lap and they fall up. All these things, plus y'all ain't looking for the health and welfare, y'all members. Plus you get a samba dome after lap. You get your shot. Yeah, part of your samba dome is your shark ball. You can have a whole spread layout after lap. You got to have your little cups, your little beds, you got to have a whole little massage parlor going on in these dome after lap for your members, right? But we thinking sideways. We thinking sideways. We ain't want to
So,
expand, man.
understanding that the bleachers are only contracted doing Junkanoo.
See that by any
But it's
serious,
used,
man.
but it's used by other agencies. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Used by other agencies.
Yeah,
And it comes
but
under
we
the
get
Junkanoo bill.
we
Or
get
checking
around
into the
we
Junkanoo.
on Bay Street, we getting around in a cycle, boss. You gotta wait for 10 hours to get back on Bay Street because there's people still on the first lap, boss. Man, y'all ain't serious for Junkanoo, man. We still riding around the same one little block. Groups getting bigger and bigger every year. And you talking about what? I mean, take my group judgment 1 hour, 2 hours to get down the road before I could roll over. You know what I mean? Oh, the pure garbage, man. We done been out go Bay Street, man. But everybody that's
So
still,
how you feel about it? How you feel about a Junkanoo village?
man, that's what I telling you now.
Well,
But you could build a,
somebody told model of a Junkanoo village where it's set up as a village where every group has a shack or area where they
yeah,
assemble an area.
yeah. What you think?
Shack itself,
What you think?
Gino did a plan on that a couple of years ago, Gino
yeah.
Roll did a makeup of
Yes,
that a couple of
that's
years
what
ago.
I'm talking about. Gino role. That's why I'm talking about Gino. And big up to him for that idea because he's saying that the staging area, where it's set up, you can be selling your paraphernalia and everything, and you just come right onto the staging area and go around, and you can have talking, tourists, and all these different people being able to come in the shop and use certain things where you can make money, you can make revenue from it.
But
And
listen to me.
everybody have their practice there in off season, and that's why I was talking about earlier with the revenue stream
Revenue
coming in.
generator. Yep.
Yeah, not a revenue maker.
And then the
Yeah,
businesses will
but
come, the restaurants will want to have a restaurant in your village because that's the spot where everybody could be every night. It could be, consistent crowd.
yep.
Why do you think the port right now is have these free events? Because after 3 o'clock, they dead. In and half of
Yep.
that, after the ships, after people go back to the ships to get on for that 5 or 6 o'clock departure, that's it. Shut down. Same thing in Bay Street.
Yeah, that's true.
The same thing in Bay Street. After 3 o'clock,
Mm,
you're dead.
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
You see, and that's all. But listen to me. Like, cause we done been here for a long time, but and I like that, but just when we done but now and JDN, but current was on. And I like that for this live show, cause this the first live show for the year. And we get our guests and our fans to chime in and thing. I like that. Like maybe we can do more lives.
Yeah.
We can do more lives and
About
but anything, we gotta wrap up. Anything, Papa, last word before we wrap up, Charmaine, last word before we wrap up. Anything you wanna say?
Tristan, I think this coming Saturday they having the chill and grill by Buffalo World for
Oh
Sarge.
yeah, big up, big up. Yeah, you gotta ride there for War Daddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Now,
For
any
me,
any 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 other announcements, Papa? I know you have
yeah,
everything
we
on
have
top.
condolences out to the Archer family.
Yep. Faithful
I
fan,
know, I know
Debbie
you know.
Archer's a faithful fan of JNN. Boy, she used to sit down and watch JNN live and I talking about that from inception. So condolence to the Archer family, McCartney family, the whole East Street family, boss. in the past, and Debbie Archer, may your soul rest in peace. You know what I mean? Uh,
And for me also is just wait and see. I'm looking forward to tomorrow on seeing exactly what comes out of it. I hope those who go in attendance have an opportunity to speak, and if they have something to speak about, make it make sense. Um,
mhm.
make it relevant.
Listen on radio and chime in, and
Yeah.
maybe next time. But I won't.
No. So
But Ellery is saying this is most unbiased show, and we need more like this.
You know?
So Ellery is saying for just speaking, on a basically just straight across the board level.
Yeah.
That's what we're known for. So.
yeah, Angelique, you spoke about the fun one walk for Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genesis walk one is this Saturday also.
That's at Montague for sure.
Let me.
Starts at Montague.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let me see where it starts.
Yeah, I think it's from Monaco and again over the bridge and come back or around there somewhere
Over the
around there. But
second
yeah,
bridge, if I'm
the
not
ment
mistaken, and come back to
yeah,
Montague.
the
So
mental fun run walk by Genesis. That's this Saturday coming. What time that was for now?
yeah,
What time?
6:30 a.m.
6:30 a.m.
Registration is 25.
Okay, so
And they giving us prizes. They have prizes for the best Junkanoo hat and best Junkanoo footwear. They're doing children first, second, third, walking on category. The route is Montague to Shirley Street to the new bridge, over the new bridge to the old bridge, and to East Bay back to Montague.
Okay, carrying
okay.
on. Carrying on.
So our
Any
Saturday
more
set, we start off with Genesis, and we get end up with Boy Daddy.
Daddy. Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else?
Now, that's it for
You know
me.
more more flyers. I see all groups put no flyers for
Oh yeah. They haven't done some
auditions
kind of
and the
that.
choreograph auditions for different. I ain't get no flyers on me, but I remember seeing them come
I don't.
across the thing. So
Genesis, their choreographed dance audition is August 17 and 24 at CH Reeves, Robertson Road.
huh.
And I think Roots having something too. Let me look quickly.
Yeah.
I think Roots is doing.
The Valley Girls are having something too. So just give me a second.
Right, that's me. Yeah, let me share.
So we get everybody information out. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell the people, boss, you gotta support community for the community to support you, boss. Don't fool around.
Agreed, 1,000%.
You know?
Okay, so it's Roots Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
Showtime and shots. This is August the 30th, though. Prime launch.
Mm-hmm.
$15 before 10 p.m. After 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Roots Showtime.
Uh-huh.
It's called Showtime. DJ Blast, DJ Pusha Jr., and Lil Giant. Prime time launch.
Okay.
Mm. Let me see what you got for the Valley Girls, Papa.
I'm looking for it, but I can't find it right now. But it's also at Primetime Lounge, but I don't know the date. So
Okay.
I'll have to go for another time if we catch them. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, well, everybody in chime in. I just want everybody to stay focused on what's ahead, man. Y'all don't get carried away. I don't let nobody deter you and brainwash you. You know what I mean? I want people to go there, read the bill for themselves. You know what I mean? If you can't understand, you like a fan say, ask a lawyer or something to get some clarity on it. But try read as most of the bill you could, so you could object to certain things, or you could say what is good or from what is bad. So that's what I want. That's what I want you all to do. Yeah, I see somebody say one family back to school rush coming up as well.
Yes.
So
Shadow 40 having a bikini boat. Location South Beach Mansion, August 23rd.
Okay, August
Shadow 40.
When the one family back to school rush, that on the 23rd as well? When the one family back to school rush.
That's the date for the one family, yeah.
That's the Jackson Burnside back to school rush?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, plug that in there. Plug that in there.
Okay, the Valley Vixens will be Prime Time Lounge this Saturday. So we got a full Saturday this week. We got Genesis Fun Run Walk. We got War Daddy. 4 to 6. Okay.
The back to school rush is on the 23rd.
All right.
On
Location, one family
spot
practice.
the site. What time it
All,
starts?
at 3, all students are asked to bring their most recent report card. So this is the 20th annual Jackson Burnside Rush,
Yeah.
back to school rush.
Okay, solid. Yeah.
Food, school supplies given out.
Yeah. So like I was saying, like I want everybody just man get informed of what's ever going on in the Junkanoo community so you can make a sound decision. And don't let nobody sway you this direction and that direction. Think for yourself, man. Think independently. You know what I mean? That's the only way we can move forward. Once you think for yourself. Don't let nobody think for you. You know what I mean? But uh, on behalf of myself, aka Top Class, my producer running behind the screen, you don't say Mr. Silence. You get our co-host there today. You get the paparazzi. You get
And that's me.
yeah, you got the V Shaman roll. Junkanoo Rush in the place. You know what I mean? So we like to thank all y'all for tuning in today and bearing with us, man. You know, we had one or two little technical difficulties, but you all get the gist of what we were saying and what we were doing today. And we're glad to bring you this live presentation of Double Rock. You know, where we rock you all cross your head with all the information you need. So, Top Class out, Double Rock to the world. See y'all next.